try as I may, try as I might, there's just no getting away from everybody's favorite Transformer, right? Right? This is none other than the one, the only, Bumblebee. Welcome back to the channel, folks, and it's time for Earth Wars visit here, and yeah, this is a character overview looking at the Earth Wars incarnation of Bumblebee versus his toy incarnations, and, well, a toy incarnation. What can I say? I look at this guy, and I see a couple of influences. I know which one I see primarily. It's the one that we're going to talk about in the toy version, and that is the Legends Class Generations mold that came out a couple of years ago. I think that is the heaviest influence here. But seeing the black stripes, I feel like that's pulling in the idea of racing stripes from the the movie verse, pulling in the idea of racing stripes from even Transformers Animated, maybe a little nod Transformers Animated, and it's nice to see that. Even though this is a G1-esque version, instead of his roof with the windows being on the front, they got it on the back, which again harkens to that Generations toy. But he's purple. Purple. Where am I getting purple from? He's not purple. He's yellow. He's yellow and black. He looks like a Bumblebee. The black is where it should be. The yellow is where it should be. Really, the only deviation is having more black on his arms because you have the yellow on the outer edges, and so you have the rest of the inner arm black. But I think it works pretty good. It still puts me in the mind of Bumblebee, no problem. And I like the shins being yellow rather than just the feet. I like having that brought up a little bit, and the the head sculpt. The head sculpt is perpetually, definitively Bumblebee. No doubt about it. So for coloration, a couple of liberties taken, but I think it works pretty good. I'm gonna give his coloration a 9. I like his little blaster gun. What can I say? I like his little blaster gun. I've used him a couple of times in battle. He's small. He's quick. He's Bumblebee. I'm not the biggest Bumblebee guy, but hey, if you're gonna have an Autobot team, it's almost quintessential that you got to have a Bumblebee on it. Let's look at information. The thing that I'm most excited about. You see the feet come together there. By the way, yeah, you look at that. Take the racing stripes off of it, and that is that Generations mold. That is that Generations mold. It just is that Generations mold. I still think the racing stripes, like I said, are a little bit of a nod to the movie franchise and to the animated franchise, which was great. Let's look at the transformation again here. The legs come out. The arms sort of flip out to the side, which I find really interesting. And of course, the I guess roof section moves back with his hood moving up on his chest, and that reveals his head. Look at it from this angle. Nice kick from the B-Man. Yeah, it's a great transformation. Everything kind of compacts the way you would expect it to compact. And I like the nip up. I like the little nip up that he does there and the kick right after. Give his transformation a 10. I'm a big fan. Overall, B is... Well, he's still a B. And like I said, I'm not a B guy. But you know what? I'm going to give B an 8.5. If you're a B person, a B fan, guess what? You're probably going to give him about a 9.5. He is a really good incarnation. And I see a lot of inspirations being brought together here. But I think it's done very, very effectively for the Earth Wars game. So let's have a look at that mold that I was talking about, that Legends class, and you'll see why I believe that the primary influence for this guy is that guy. And now it is time to take a look at the toy incarnation, the one that I think really influenced the model used in the Transformers Earth Wars game. And I think it's this guy. It is the Transformers Generations Legends class Bumblebee. For the most part, I think this is the version that we get in the game. Granted, in game there are certain differences. The feet in the game are yellow, which I do like a little bit better. I kind of wish these feet were yellow instead of mostly black. We do, however, in the game get lines going down the legs, and we get lines going down the chest. A throwback maybe to a little bit of movie, nod to the movie aesthetic, a little bit of a nod to Transformers Animated. But the general we'll say mold shape of the character, the design looks like this, even with the the roof on back. Granted, it's positioned a bit differently, but you got a similar idea. The shoulders in game are black. I kind of wish this guy's shoulders were black. I think the black on the shoulders is a little bit more accurate. But again, you have this section that's not quite the roof that makes up his chest. I feel like we have a similar sort of section in game. So truth is, I think they chose to do I guess a G1-esque, G1 influence type of look in game. I think they did really well. Actually, I would venture to say to you that in game, if his legs were turned around, this is basically what you get in game. Granted, you don't have this orange here. That's a bit of a liberty taken with the toy. But the feet look more like this. If this shin piece and foot piece was turned around, I think we would have very much what we get in game. I think it's the best model they could have chosen, as he doesn't like to stand the best sometimes. I think it's the very best model that they could have chosen for a game representation. Both of them are not quite that original model that we grew up with, but you know what? You're not mistaken in any way, shape, or form that either one of them is a great rendition of Bumblebee. And I love it. And I love the way the head looks in game. I love the way the head looks on the toy. So, that being said, I'm going to jump into the vehicle mode. That's what we'll do. We'll jump into the vehicle mode. And we will take a look at that. I'm not going to do the transformation because I've already done a full review of this guy. If you want to see the full transformation, hey, what can I say? Size it up there in the transformation video, in the full review video. But overall, yeah, this is definitely the mold that was used. It looks great in toy. It looks great in game. It's you know what? It's the Bumblebee I would have wanted to see. So, like I said, I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to put this guy in his vehicle mode, and we will be right back. And boom, there you go. There's Bumblebee in his vehicle mode. Look, that's the model, as far as I'm concerned, that's used in game. What is different between here and the game model? Well, the game model has a black line down the side. It has black lines down over the roof and down over the hood. This has kind of orange. Neither of it's quite 100% accurate, but I could accept the black lines more because I can understand the inspiration, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think it's really cool that they basically, at least for the base idea of the design for the in-game model, that they chose this version of B. This is not the best version, but I think it's the truest version of the character. And though he's not the best version, I think it's the truest version of the character, and honestly, that works just fine for me. What can I say? I think that both of them are pretty spot on, to be honest with you. So, whether you have this toy, whether you have him in game, and you've already unlocked him, I think either way you're going to enjoy him. If you enjoy that mini bot, throwback, that nostalgia for that original incarnation of Bumblebee, I think that Earth Wars has you covered. I think that Generations has you covered. Anyway, that's another Earth Wars visit done. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to the next time that we have a visit right here inside the videos.